right, welcome back to another episode of Stories from the Dirt. Kara is my co-host here today, and we have Lisa and Katie. Good morning, ladies.
Good
I don't know why I
morning.
said good morning. It's
Good
not actually
morning.
morning for any
I
of
don't
us. It's
know.
fine. That's okay.
Roughly 4 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
She just woke up. It's fine.
Right.
All good.
How are you today?
Katie, how are y'all?
Doing well.
Good.
How are you?
Doing good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, Lisa, you want to go?
Sure. I am going to be the driver for the second year in a row for Team Wild Mavens. I drive an 18 JLU Jeep. It's lifted. It's got all the bells and whistles with it, and it's my baby. I am married, and I have 3 grandkids. I've been off-roading for going into year 7. I work as customer service at a grocery store chain here in Kansas City, and I'm loving the retirement from education and having a good time.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Grandbaby number 3.
What else you want to know? Yeah, I've got 3 grandkids, and they're fun. I love them.
Yeah,
Do you feel like you're retired, or does the convenience store kind of keep you busy? Okay.
No. The grocery store keeps me very busy. They keep moving me up. I started out as a cashier, now I'm customer service, and now I'm going to start doing training to be the trainer. So, and I'm closing now.
You got another job
now. The person that can't balance a checkbook, I'm closing the books for the grocery store. So,
yeah. I asked her, I was like, "Did you tell him that you're not a big fan of numbers?"
No.
She just laughed.
No. Yeah.
Awesome.
No. So.
Well, I'm Katie Abraham. I am the co-driver navigator. This will be my second time for our third Rebelle, and I work for Ironman 4x4. I am leading the B2B marketing team for my full-time gig. And then I own a small business that is really just for fun. It's a marketing consulting agency, and I don't have any clients right now because I don't have time for that. But doing marketing for outdoor and off-road companies. And then I am an overachiever, so I'm involved in lots of things because I'm at that time in my life where I'm trying to do all the things. So I volunteer with SEMA Business Women's Network on their communications and events committee. And I also volunteer with the Truck and Off-Road Association with SEMA on their committee. And now I'm getting into more racing too. So I did my first stage rally last year, which was super scary. And I'm going to do my first desert race coming up here, Battle at Primm, in April. So just doing all the things and hopefully getting involved with a new organization really soon. And that is still in the early stages, but it'll be with Real Deal. And that is the company that Jesse Combs and Teresa started to help get women into trade school or not trade school, but trades in general. So
that's awesome.
Fun.
Doing all the things.
Very busy, very busy. No wonder you don't have time for your own business.
Yeah. It's good for, like writing off stuff on taxes.
Yeah.
I do make money though sometimes.
Sometimes.
Same. Okay, so last time I talked to you, Katie, you were getting into the stage rally, which is really exciting, but now desert racing also?
Yeah. I'm going to be sitting as a co-driver for the side-by-side, basically open class coming up. And that just happened. I met someone at SEMA and was jokingly just like, well, hey, if you need a co-driver, let me know. And he was like, actually, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening again. Where just joking, and now it's a thing. But I just have to figure out how to afford to pay for all of it.
Yeah.
Which is a struggle.
Rob and I had
Story of our
a
lives.
couple over for dinner from down here in southern Utah, and to give us the full rundown on the whole desert racing scene. And so that's on our radar. Probably not this year, because we would like to buy a vehicle and then sit co-driver together. So that would
Yep.
be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's not like crazy expensive, but it's not cheap either. It's kind of
Yeah.
in that weird middle zone, right? Like you can make it as expensive as you want, but it doesn't have
Yep.
to be.
For sure. It's
Yeah.
Just
definitely,
like anything you can do.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm doing the co-driving thing, because it's a much more inexpensive way to get into competing, and there's always a need for co-drivers,
Yeah.
and being able to sit in, but it helps teach me so many things doing all these different types of racing. It's going to help me a lot with Rebel, I think, and being able to think outside the box. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't have done these things if it wasn't for the Rebel. So it all kind of comes full circle.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump right in. Usually we save this question till later in the podcast, but Kara's smiling. Do you think the Rebel was life-changing? This is for
Yeah,
both of you.
100%.
100%. Okay.
100%.
3 out of 4.
I think,
100%.
I'm just going to say, I think so far I'm winning all of this.
This is
I
true.
don't
You are
know.
winning. You are winning.
So,
Oh, did you
I'm
have
odd
bets
man
on
out.
what we were going to say?
Huh?
Did you have bets on what we were going to say, not
oh,
say?
no.
No.
Every
mm-mm.
time we ask this question, because Avis says it's not life changing, and I say that it is.
Oh.
And so, like, yeah, look at
How
yeah,
so?
I know. Yeah.
For me, it's just another thing that I
Yeah.
do. I don't know. Like marriage was life changing and children were life changing. Like my life is not the same going forward after those events. And Lisa, Rob, and I are expecting our first grandchild, and I mean that word is life changing.
It
No, we're
is.
super excited.
Very
We're
much
super
so.
excited, but so like I don't
Yeah.
know. The benchmark for me is, does it change my life going forward, like in a way that could never be reversed? And the Rebel it's a great thing. I'm not saying it's just this thing that I did for 1 week. No, I'm not saying that. Like there's some gravity behind it, but it doesn't fit into the life-changing category for me.
You know, Emily asked me that on the question whenever we were together on the Zoom. She asked me if I thought it was life changing. And I was like, I wonder if she knows.
She probably knows, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are coming back to the Rebel for the 10-year anniversary in 2025, correct?
Yes.
And you took
So
last year
excited.
off?
We did.
Yes, we
Last
did.
year, we just couldn't raise the money to go back. And the year before that, we'd had to pay quite a bit out of pocket. And so we decided to take a year off and breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. How is the FOMO when when you take a year off? Was it a relief or was it like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back?
Both.
It was tough. For me, I was just like absolutely stalking everything. And I think I even sent Kara and Danielle some messages and was like, "You're amazing."
I still have them. I still
I
have
was all
the
in my
voicemail. I have everything.
Oh yeah, I left you a voicemail. I was like, "You're
Aw.
amazing." Oh, I called you when you were stuck on the
Yeah.
hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
did.
babe.
When they
Yes.
were stuck on the
Yes.
hill, I called and I was just like, "It's okay. You're gonna get
Yeah,
this later."
Sunday when I turned my phone on, like I had a long cry and called Katie back.
Because yeah, but the FOMO is you know, the relief going into Rebel of not having to worry about the money and prepping and that whole side of it, like, was a relief. But then once it got there, I was just like super jealous. I wish we were there with all of our friends and experiencing this. And then when it didn't end in Glamis too, like just not getting to experience the course itself, I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Why are we not there? And it was hard. But what about you, Lisa?
Lisa? Yeah.
Just watching all the lives, I was like, oh, Oh, I wish I was there. I was just like missing it so bad. I mean, part of the reason I took the year off is because my husband has a Jeep as well. And he was wanting to, it's like, you know what? You put a lot of money into this for me. And so now it's your turn. And so he put his on 40s and 1 tons this year. So he's ready to go play bigger and harder as well. But I missed it terribly. Just watching everything, and I kept watching the Dead Reckoning videos and just like, just missed everybody. The girls kept following everything in the chats and just wishing I was there. So it's like, we got to go back. We got to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So here we are. Yeah.
Excellent. And this will be your, if I'm correct, your third year together?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep, our third
Nice.
year, and we're going. We're gonna try and train our heinies off to go bigger and better,
Yes.
and see
Yes.
how far up we can get up the ranks. But the competition just gets stiffer and stiffer every year, so it's
Yep.
it's gonna be all about how we can prep and get some time out in those areas. I think is really our biggest goal. Getting time out in the dunes, for sure, in Glamis will be a huge
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
What training are y'all planning to go to?
So I don't think we're gonna do any of the formal trainings, maybe just
Okay.
one. But there's a lovely group of gals that have gotten together who are trying to do Rebel on a budget, and putting together some trainings separately from that. So that way we can save as much money as possible, go stay with different people or camp. And then it's just covering, like the flight out there and the rental car, or driving out there and that, because that finding the money for that's tough.
Yeah. It's a lot to commit
Yeah.
to training
And I
wise
would
and
like to
driving.
go out for, I would like to go out for the 2-day in September. So we'll see. Because that way it's fresh in my brain and in my feels.
Mhm.
Yep. And even if
So,
I
Yeah.
can't make it and
yeah.
you can, like that's
Right.
kind of the way we're gonna go. Training is training, hopefully with both of us there, but at the end of the day, yeah.
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 So, back to the 3-year thing. So, Katie, you drove the first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you took your 4Runner, and then Lisa, did you navigate the first year, and now you guys have pulled a full swap?
Yes. Yes. We went to, let's see, this is 20, the Rebel U, 23 out in
Yeah.
Ridgecrest in the summer, and rented a Jeep and went out and we swapped seats then. And we knew right then and there that that was our spot. I'm driver, she's navigator. It just fit. It worked. It was right. And that was probably the best training we've ever had, just because we
That's
just
awesome.
got so much from it. And then we knew that we were where we needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what made it right? Like, what gave you, like, you clearly had the warm fuzzies. You were like, okay, yeah, this is our groove. So
This is better.
how did you figure that
Part
out?
Mostly because she's a better map reader than I am.
Okay.
The first year was really hard for me, and with my eyesight, even with the magnifying, it was hard to read some of the stuff on the map. And she's like, crap. Okay. I mean, one day I was so overwhelmed. I just shut down. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so it was tough because I felt like I let her down that day, but
You
I
pushed
think me
through.
driving is right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For you guys to be going into your third Rebel, 4th year technically, still supporting one another, getting along, being friends, like, let me tell you, that is winning. That is winning. And
Yeah.
I speak for every Rebel. You never feel let down by your teammate, right? If they're doing the best job that they can, like, that's not a possibility. You can't let Katie down because she knows that you don't want to let her down, right? And so
Yep.
And I think
And
Right.
that
Right.
shows the strength of your team too. Like y'all adjusted from that. Like you changed and you
Yeah, we
pivoted to
did.
now, Katie is the navigator. And so like whereas if that really letting her down would have been like you just quitting and you just not showing up for her, but you continued to do that and she picked
Yeah.
you up in that moment. That's what that's all about.
yep.
Yeah.
And we
'Cause
figured out that year
when it
too.
was all done. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
When
I've
it
got a
was
little
all
bit of
done,
a delay,
we
I
got
think.
back from the airport. When we were
Okay,
done with
you
our
finish,
first year
Lisa.
back at the airport. Yeah. When we were first year, when we were done back at the airport, getting ready to get in our cars to go home, it was like, I don't want to leave. We were still so connected. We didn't even want to separate to go home from the airport after we were back. So, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was definitely tough that first year, but we also adjusted during to where, she was like,
Mhm.
I can't do this. Um, and it's like, that's okay. We can switch it up and I will plot all the points and get everything squared away there. And then you can navigate when we're out on course. Because we also found out that like we should have had Lisa spend more time behind the wheel of the Forerunner because it's a totally different vehicle, but also we were so heavy our first year. We had that
Mhm.
thing packed so so heavy. It was
Yeah.
insane. Like, good God. It was so heavy. And so like we went out and she practiced
Yeah.
driving the Forerunner, but we were at our home park. I didn't even
Mhm.
think about that. So
Mhm.
like you already know the trails, you know what
Mhm.
lines to take, and then you get out there and you're like, holy crap, this thing is wicked heavy. Like it goes places that you don't expect
Yeah.
if you make it up on the first try. So it's like I don't want to put her in that situation to be like, we can't do this. So now you have to be in this uncomfortable situation. So we made it work. And I couldn't have finished without Lisa because there were times where I was just like so overwhelmed. I needed her calming presence to just be like, you can do this. Take a
Right.
breath, eat a Pop Tart. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Pop-Tart.
eat some
Yeah.
food. It's usually the
Hey.
thing that fixes me.
Yeah,
Pop-Tart is our safe
Mhm.
word.
Pop Tart is our safe word
Yeah.
because
I
Katie
love
knows
it.
I need the Pop Tart.
Mhm.
Need some food and
Yep.
sugar. But yeah,
We
it brought us
yeah.
closer together, and there were still things on year 2 that we had hashed out right before the competition that we hadn't said to each other in the year before because it's hard to have that teammate and be frank and be completely honest and be like, I was
Yeah.
frustrated, I was this and that, but look at what type of friendship we have out of it, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
best of
Yeah.
friends, a generation apart, and just
Truly.
can't build these friendships any other way.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
and, we'll probably end up in future years not doing this together. Maybe there's years Lisa can't do it, I can't do it, whatever that looks like.
Right.
But knowing that we're going to root each other on still,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the
for
big thing.
sure.
Yeah.
I got all
That's
the warm
amazing.
fuzzies now.
Because you're right. Because I mean, even like last year, there was like, you guys aren't mother and daughter. It's like, no, because we were so close. They all thought we were mother and daughter. We're like, no,
Oh, that's
we're
funny.
just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, there have been
Yeah.
teams that I assumed were mother and daughter that were not. But I don't know, for some maybe because I've known you guys, I knew that you were not. That's why I think that's funny.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
What twist do you think that the 10th year anniversary is going to bring for you guys? What are y'all looking forward to as far as like struggling and learning this year since y'all have competed now twice before?
Oh man.
Because it teaches you something. Or Emily says every year you learn something from the rally. And so I'm curious
It's true.
what you think this year.
Well, clearly they're
Wow, that's
bringing
a
a
hard
lighter
one.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they brought the
Yes.
lighter vehicle
Yeah.
last time too.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, lighter
True.
vehicle.
But yeah, I am working on getting a drawer system for mine because on the whoop-de-woos out there, we all went, whoa! Everything in the back went, whoa! So, yeah, remember that? Everything
Uh-huh.
just bounced. It's like, that was
Yeah,
crazy. So, yeah,
it was big.
working on a
We hit
drawer
we
system to
hit
get better organized in the back.
Yep, we hit uh a big whoop.
Yeah.
um everything flew through the air.
Everything just went whoop whoop.
That's
So
funny.
yeah,
Um
it was funny at the time too. Yeah.
for me, I
So
think the thing I'm gonna learn this year is thinking outside the box and not taking things at face value. Watching you guys last year was actually super helpful as a competitor because I was able to see your brain, like I could see what you're thinking as you guys are driving, but knowing what's going on and being like, oh my gosh, like all you had to do was just take a pause. Like the road book, the Jimmy challenge, where it said vehicle driver and co-driver cannot get out of the vehicle, and how many people missed that step because they didn't read the front cover.
Read the front.
So like those little nuances that when you get in the competition and you get moving and you're worried about time, you're worried about the 50,000 other things that you have to worry about, like stop before you do anything. Like in this instance, I was like, damn, before we even get out of the car, you
Yeah.
even think of anything, like stop,
right.
read what you're doing, really think about it and take it in the moment and stay in reality. Don't let yourself get caught up. So that's
There was only one team that completed that challenge.
yeah.
Right.
Also, what I learned about that team is they kind of waited in the wings and observed the situation. So they educated themselves before going to the line. In our case, we didn't know how long it was going to take, and we were running kind of tight on time.
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was
And we didn't know at
Those-
that point if
Well,
you
when
missed
we-
those because it was just showed the blacks, on the sheet or whatever on the morning where you plot or whatever. And so we didn't know if you missed that, are you going to get the penalized? Are you going to get penalties? And so because then it's like you would be adding on top of your like when we actually Jimmy came to our window and he was like blah blah blah. Do you want to do And we were like asking questions. He's like, I'll come back. So he just leaves.
Yep.
And so me and Danielle are looking at our points for what we think we've done and how and like where that would put us. And we were like, no, we're not doing this. We don't really know. And we had going into the rally, we had said every challenge, we're going to hit every challenge that they give us. But we were short on time that day and we didn't know for sure. And I think we made the smartest decision because we wouldn't have gotten that base, we wouldn't have got base camp and then we wouldn't have gotten that blue. And so and then knowing that only one team got it and how you couldn't get out and nobody's compasses work, but then even when Emily was talking about it, she was mentioning, just how you have to read the sun and read all this, like it, and when you're day 4 or 5 in it, and it was like your brain just shuts off, like, oh, we could do this because you're just so in the game.
Yeah. It's hard to retrain your brain once you've gotten into that groove too, to even try to think out of the box. Like it doesn't even pop into your head as like, oh, I should probably stop and think about this. So I've been trying to do that in my daily life, like doing regular things that I do all the time without thinking and being like, okay, stop. Maybe I should try a different way of brushing teeth.
Right.
Is this like the commercial? Are you holding your toothbrush still and moving your head? Have you guys seen that commercial?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just trying to break up that how your brain works because so much of it is just repetition and
Mhm.
Yes.
we're competitive creatures. We like routine. So
Mm-hmm.
breaking that up and just throwing curveballs at yourself on a regular basis can help. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. That's my
I like it. I like it.
plan. We'll see if it helps.
You're thinking with a purpose. Yeah, you're
Yes,
thinking with a
I like
purpose.
thinking with a purpose. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you know what
Yeah,
drawer
I'm
system
writing
you're
that
looking at?
down.
I'm sorry, Kara, what?
Do you know what drawer system that you're looking at? I knew you'd asked on your page.
Yeah. Um, actually, I'm looking at the one that you suggested. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, the brand.
Oh, the
But then,
SHW.
yeah, thank you. And then I've also got a local connection that I'm actually going to go over when we're done with this. I'm going to go to their house, and he's a dealer, and he's got a drawer system that he would like to offer me, but we're going to go over and see if it'll fit and measure. So,
Oh, that'd be nice.
yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very good
It's
friend that
nice to
happens
have
to
the fun
own a
little
shop.
treat.
So,
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is the
He's a
year
good
going
friend.
better? Is the year going better for you guys as far as like sponsorship and fundraising, if I can ask? You don't have to get into the details.
Mhm.
Good.
It is,
Yeah.
yes. We're excited to bring back a couple of return sponsors. More Expo is one that is coming in hot. Just secured
Mhm.
them back with us last week. And then we have some new companies like Warren and Factor 55, along with some returning ones of like General Tire and Method Race Wheels and those guys. And everyone's been really great. You know, even if they aren't able to help financially, at least helping provide gear so that we can either have gear that we didn't have before, and or raffle it off to help raise money. So
Mhm.
we will have some big exciting raffle items coming up. Some at More Expo, and then a couple that I think we'll do via our social media,
Mhm.
so that other people that don't attend those expos can get in on them, because we do have some sponsor items that are not necessarily off-road specific, and approachable for everyone. So it's been a lot better. It's very encouraging when someone comes through and they're like, I'm going to give you cash. And you're just like, oh, the world
Like
is
Right.
rain down.
okay.
Thank
Everything's
you.
fine.
Thank you.
I can buy groceries
Yeah.
next month.
It's the hardest thing to be like, Avis, you got fast money questions you want to throw at them?
Oh, I do have fast money questions.
To break this monotony of.
Okay.
I like to hear what they say. It's gonna be hard because there's two people.
I know. You could write down the questions and ask sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah, I could. I'll just throw random ones each time.
Ah,
All right. So I don't know if you guys listen to the podcast regularly or not, but we used to do something that we called fast money, and it kind of went away for a while, and we're
Mhm.
bringing it back. It's hard with two people, but I'm going to ask the questions, and then Lisa will answer, and then Katie will answer.
okay.
And the point
Okay.
is, you have to be fast. There's no money involved, only fast. Okay.
You liar.
Here we go.
All
All
right.
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 First car that was ever really yours.
A 76 4-speed Mustang. It was awful.
Sounds
Um,
It was
amazing.
awful.
uh,
I got it from high school, and it sucked so bad. It had no power. But it was a
oh,
Mustang.
There you
I
go.
love it.
It
A
was
Hyundai
it
Santa
was the
Fe.
bad year.
Hyundai Santa Fe.
Yep, it was
Rock crawling or desert running?
Rock
Rock crawling
crawling.
or desert running? Rock crawling. Katie, rock crawling or desert running?
Rock
Oh.
crawling.
Oceans or lakes?
100%.
Oceans.
Ocean.
Can you drive a manual?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the best sandwich?
Oh, my favorite is a slice of American cheese, sandwich spread, and lettuce on white bread.
Oh,
It's the stupidest thing.
Was
but I
there
love
meat
it.
involved? Did I miss
No.
meat?
No.
So you like
Miracle Whip and cheese.
a grilled cheese minus the grilled.
Plus lettuce.
I actually love
Well,
those.
it's got
Mine's
sandwich
gonna be a-
spread, lettuce, and a slice of American cheese on white bread. Yeah,
Yep.
it's my favorite
All
with a
right.
lot of lettuce, so it's
Mine's a-
crunchy.
Mine's a Monte Cristo.
Okay. What is your favorite state for off-roading?
Colorado.
Ooh.
This is
Washington.
fast, Katie. There you go.
Washington. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Checkers or chess?
Checkers.
Chess.
Oh.
And your favorite band or genre?
Ooh.
Oh, Foo
Ooh.
Fighters.
Ooh.
Foo Fighters.
Foo
Lisa said
Fighters?
Foo.
Love Foo. Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
I
You
couldn't
broke
name one
Katie's
Foo
brain.
Fighter.
Like Lamb of God, heavy metal, like
Heavy
death
metal. Okay. I was like Lamb of God. I'm drawing a blank. Heavy metal. I get
Yeah,
heavy
me
metal.
too.
Okay.
I was like, is this a worship band? I didn't know.
No, it is the opposite. They're
Okay,
like
and just-
serious metal.
Just because recently I had to admit that I like Nickelback. What are your thoughts on Nickelback?
Oh yeah.
You like
I like 'em.
Nickelback?
Eh,
Okay.
Mhm.
hit or miss. Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
Old and new.
Okay.
Like, some songs are good.
Yeah.
Others
like-
I can't help but do the like nasally thing.
Yeah. It's like one of my husband's favorite bands. And when we get in the car for long, long trips, he almost will always play a couple hours of Nickelback. And the other day we were in the car for quite some time and I was like, dang it, I know all the words to all the Nickelback songs. I guess I have to start admitting that I actually like them.
Who knew? This isn't on topic, but it kind of is on topic. Did y'all see the live or the thing with Billy Ray Cyrus where like his mic or the music didn't work? If y'all did not see that, I will be sending
No.
y'all the link. It's so bad.
I mean, is
Yeah.
Billy
So
Ray
bad.
Cyrus still a thing?
Oh, he shouldn't be.
Honestly?
He
I hope
shouldn't
not.
Shouldn't be. Okay.
Oh,
I hope
it
not.
was so bad. Like it was so bad. It looked like a homeless
I-
person trying to imitate Billy Ray Cyrus. It was bad.
Oh.
It was real bad.
I think I saw a clip of it on TikTok, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
I was like, oh, it's
Yes,
Billy
you did.
Cyrus. Scroll.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. But it's
No,
even
thank you.
worse. It's
I
like a
didn't-
whole new level
I
of
did not watch it.
Now I'm gonna have to
Ooh.
see this. Sounds pretty great.
It's
I think
entertaining.
Amos is frozen.
I think she is too. She's either that or she's staring at the screen like
Can you
Yeah.
guys hear me?
searching.
Oh, you're back. Sorry.
There she is.
I'm back. My internet is struggling for some reason, which is really
Okay, cool.
unusual. Well, you know, it's always something.
Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
It's the
Who knows?
extreme
always
cold
something.
of 56.
Mm-hmm. It is nice that we're not recording this like live, so we can
Edit.
edit it later.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm known to say things that are
Yeah.
stupid sometimes, so it's probably not safe for me to go
We
live.
all are.
Lisa, I
Sometimes I'm
see
like-
your maps in the back. Are you studying them or
Mhm.
what are you doing?
Backwards camera. I've gotten them all flattened out, and so because some of them are folded, some of them are rolled, so I've got them all laid out so I can start unfurling. And I'm going to pull out my old checkpoint guides and start matching them up and getting some practice in. So yeah,
Fun.
that's what they're out for.
I need
Yeah.
to do that.
Nice.
And I've got
Are you planning on-
22, I've got Ridgecrest, and I've got 23.
Are you
Yeah.
planning on helping navigate some? Or are you just wanting to familiarize yourself with the process so that way if Katie needs you to step in or like what's the thoughts?
I just need to be better so I can help her more. So, because I mean, sometimes what's best for her is to put on her headphones and just let the world go away and she just focuses on the map. And so, if I can help with any of that, that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa helps
So-
a ton like out on course. and I'll be like, what, what do you think that is that? And like being able to have that comfort with the maps is so huge for both
Yeah.
teammates. But like she said, when I'm plotting in the morning, I am so much faster when I have headphones in, and she like line backs me and keeps people away from me because I get distracted so easily. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll come help you. And then 10 minutes has gone by and I could have had 10 more checkpoints plotted. So
Yeah.
like it's
Right.
that camaraderie in the morning that you have to be careful of, because before you know it, you'll be like, oh God, I have to go to the starting line and I don't even have the entire afternoon plotted. And man, having Lisa's help with that is just so key. And having someone else's eyeballs on it in the middle of the day after you've been staring at these maps and staring at the terrain for so long,
As you
and you
know.
start magic mapping. Oh my God. I'll be like, and
Yes.
sometimes she's like, no, girl, that's definitely not that. I don't know what you thought that was. We're doing
Yep.
most of that over here.
Yep.
That ain't it. Try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, let's go back to our last checkpoint, start over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can do
Magic
it. That's an
mapping
option.
wonders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
We did
had
that one
somebody
day.
come
It
up
was
to
fun.
us. We had somebody come up to us in the dunes last year, and they were like, "We're a little turned around. Are we anywhere near 3x?" I was like, "No, you might want to switch to the non-X because you are nowhere near the X route. I'm so sorry."
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it
so
was.
tough.
Yeah, but I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Mhm.
I rolled up to
Mhm.
one my second year, and one of my friends was up there, and I was like, "Ugh, I've been lost. Is this where am I where I think I am?"
Help,
And they were like,
help.
"Yeah." And I was like, "Woohoo!" Finally, I made it. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you just need that little reassurance to be like, you can just nod. You don't have to give me a bunch of information,
Right?
but
Yeah.
yes, no,
Right.
maybe. And it's always nice when someone's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh," not telling
Yeah.
you where to go, but
Mhm.
they're like, this isn't it. Don't go here. Go there. Go up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because we were
Those subtle
next to
hints are
another team.
everything.
We were next to another team, and she, one of the teammates was out clicking while the navigator was still inside, and she had her window rolled down, and she was reading out the coordinates or whatever that the scanner gave her, and the navigator goes, "Oh, so what you're saying is we're right on it. Okay." Okay. I mean, granted, you don't know if they're doing the same as you, but we did.
Right. Yeah.
So it was fun.
Right.
Kara, you actually
Right.
did that for us last year. We pulled up. It was like a narrowish road with a little pullout, and the pullout was full of cars. And we were trying to figure out, like, I was pretty sure we were where we were supposed to be, but I was like, you know how when you get there, but you still want to verify.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like going through those verification in my mind, and Kara comes over and she's like, "No, this is it. You don't have to worry about parking." She's
Yeah.
like, "Just click and go. You're fine. You're not
We
going to
got,
get
we
a
gotta
parking
go.
spot."
We gotta go.
I was like, "All right,
It's
thanks." Yeah,
about
because
that
we were
time.
clogging up the road. If she
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
get us moving along, we were just holding everybody else up. She's like, "Click and go, would ya?
Yep.
This is it. You did your job. Good job,
I'm on a
Aegis.
mission.
Go."
Like I'm on a mission
Yeah.
to drive Danielle crazy because Danielle's like, hold on, I gotta, and I,
Yeah.
you know, I get really amped up, and I'm like, you're never supposed to drive faster than you can see or faster than your navigator can navigate. Well, a lot of times as a driver, sometimes you're having to help and talk and give, but for the most part, you're driving, and so it's just like you want to go.
Mhm.
Yeah, drivers think they can fix
Yes.
everything by driving. I'm like, no. Sometimes the answer is don't move.
No, because that could get you wrong
Yeah.
further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think one of our biggest
Yeah.
wins from our second year was that I never felt like we were lost.
Mm.
Like I knew that we weren't
Yeah.
necessarily right on where we needed to be, but like our first year, there were times where I was just like, Lisa, I don't have a clue where we are. Like I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea.
I think I'm in
Yeah.
California. Wait, maybe
Yeah.
Nevada. I don't know.
Like I could look at that map
Right.
and not tell you. Whereas last year, I feel like either one of us could have been like, okay, we're in this vicinity.
Yeah, we're in this circle.
This 100-yard,
Yeah.
area. Now we just really need to pinpoint. And
Yeah.
that in itself, like, I don't feel like we had a day 3 last year necessarily, not like year 1.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
because
Hallelujah.
That first
not
year when
getting
we were,
lost is such a relief.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
there
so
was
as
one day our first year
seasoned,
that we had,
go ahead.
there was one day, okay, there was one day our first year that we had, where you're driving down the dusty path and you got to cut in. I swear to God, you look at a map, we're like etch a sketches on that, going back and forth trying to find that cut in to take off. It's like, we came home and Harry's like, "What were you doing?" I'm like, "We couldn't see it. We couldn't find it. We were just
Yeah.
like, ah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets brutal.
And if you
It
don't
gets
see the
brutal.
bush just right, it's just, you don't see it.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my question is,
Yeah.
as seasoned competitors who've been through it twice and survived, like your friendship not only survived it, but it got stronger. What is your best advice to new teams? Not just rookies, but even like seasoned competitors who are forming new teams. Like what's your secret sauce?
Have a
I
safe
would,
word.
yep, be kind to each other, and be kind to yourself. When
Be
you get
honest.
frustrated, take a breath. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Think about what you're going to say, and uh,
And how
yeah,
you're
be
going to
great.
say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
And
tone.
what does Chrissy always say? Take 100% responsibility.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
both people take 100% responsibility, then you're both like, no, that was my fault. And then you're like, no, I'm sorry. And then you're like, yeah, it kind of was your fault. But like, I love that you like tried to say that, like there's
Yeah.
times where you're just straight up like, yeah, bro, that was a bad call. But then being able to own that, because at the end of the day, it really does take both people. At any point in time, if I do something wrong, it's like Lisa could have been like, "Hey, don't do that," and vice versa. So I really like that statement, taking 100% responsibility. But yeah, kindness. I'm a big fan of kindness in general, though. I feel like that fixes a lot of things. Communication. Don't bottle it up.
Yes.
You are mad or frustrated, talk it out that day, if not in that minute, and be done with it and move on.
Mm.
Yeah. So kindness, communication. Yeah. What
Just
any
like
other
she
ones?
says, the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Have you guys
You
ever,
just
and feel free
keep
to
it
not
open and in
answer
front of
it,
you and put it behind you.
have you ever just like really dug into each other in a vicious way and then got out of the car at the end of the day and been like, if I don't see you the rest of the day, I'm fine with that? Or have you guys always sort of like,
Mm-mm.
maybe it didn't get there because you jumped in and communicated about it?
I don't think we have.
I don't think
I
even
don't
as long
remember
as we've been
anything.
friends, we've ever torn into each other. It's
Mm-mm.
definitely been more of like, um, we'll talk it through. And
Yeah.
maybe I think maybe it might have been the opposite. Like after our first year, there probably were times like after the rally where I should have been more upfront about my feelings and like everything that was happening. But at the same time, it's such a weird feeling. You're like, it's so much of your own thoughts and how
Mhm.
you interpreted everything that it's almost not relevant to discuss with the other person, because you're like, I don't even know how I feel about this right now to be able to communicate to
Right.
you how I'm feeling. Like I'm just so raw and torn apart by this. And
But even
it's,
just communicating that is huge. Like just so the
yeah,
other person knows what's going on, because like silence is nothing. So you have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, our
that's,
first year when we were out on marathon, we had a couple of girls that were coming to us and we were like becoming their counselors because one was afraid to get an Uber and go home. She was done.
just straight up about to call an
When
Uber
we,
and quit.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
she had her phone out with
yes.
Uber app
Oh,
open
it
and
was
was like,
bad.
Uber, and I was like, don't. We both were like, please
It
don't.
was
That's so
bad.
silly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. But
That is super crazy.
something I feel like that helps you process. I journal every night when I get back in my tent when I'm decompressing and before I go to bed. I journal, and that helps
I
me
paid $10 to get
process
my journal one
through.
day.
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
mean,
I don't journal at
it
home.
helps you
Do you
process
journal?
about what you do.
Yeah. Do you
Not
journal
at home.
normally, Lisa? Not at home. See, I don't journal and I
Mm-mm.
get there and I'm
Mm-mm.
like, I write a sentence. It was a good day. It was a bad day. It was a,
Mhm.
and then I'm like,
Mm-mm.
I don't know what else to say. Put it away. That's not
I've
helping.
got like
That's not even interesting.
right. Well, I mean, I've written like I don't know. My hand would be cramping because I was been writing so much, just all my thoughts, and I didn't want to
Same.
forget those special moments. And I
Yeah.
couldn't get it out fast enough.
I basically dumped my
Yeah.
day. Like I wrote like 2 pages
Mm-hmm.
basically every day, and it was like start of the morning, what
Mm-hmm.
happened, and how things happened, and feelings about things that happened, what we ate, what I liked. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I just kind of like vomited basically like what I would say to tell Matt to describe the day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You too, Katie?
And it's really nice to have that because then
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, finish.
it's really nice to have that because then when you go home, you can read it again. You're like, oh my God, I already forgot all about that, and so
Mhm.
or you can read about what you've learned that day that yeah.
That's what
So
I
I think
did.
that's important to journal.
I would write down what I learned from that day, or something that was like an aha moment, because those typically happen
Mhm.
multiple times a day. And it's helpful for like this upcoming year because we did take a year off. I can go back and read that now and be like, oh yeah, that thing. Now
Mhm.
most of the time I remember it, but for sure there's things in there. But then if there's anything, I found myself, I'm very critical, self-critical, as most women are. And so I would put in there what frustrated me and then like let go of that and just move on. So mine was a little bit different in that I didn't necessarily like recap the entire day, but it was more of like bullets, almost bullet points of the day. Um, Last time, I think I only made it through like day 4, and then I was so effing tired that like I'm lucky well, actually no, I think I just straight up took my boots off and got in bed, and that was it. Like face plant, done
Mhm.
skis. But we had some long days
Right.
because we kept drawing or being placed towards like the middle to back of the pack. Um, for starting times. So a lot of times we would get in super late, and that's tough when you
You're
don't have
tired.
that time to decompress,
Yeah.
that others might
Mhm.
have had. Nice in the morning to have a little bit of extra time to plot, but um, yeah, I'm hopeful. That's one thing I'm hopeful for next time is to see how they're doing the starting positions and trying to get more into that middle front of the pack just for a variety of reasons. But just getting done a little bit earlier would be nice to.
We drew, and some of the enduros ranked us as far as where we would start off the line. But man, I don't know. Drawing those early ones are exhausting too. So I don't know where is better.
Mhm.
I've heard from many that like middle of the pack is pretty great. It's a good
Yeah.
balance of getting that, not having to be off the line first, but
Mhm.
also not coming in at the end of the day late. Um,
I
so
I
think you
that's
want
a
agree.
to.
healthy place to be.
I think I want to
Yeah.
be
I
like
like
at
this.
the end of the beginning, if that makes sense.
I
Mm-hmm.
like to be able to
Mhm.
get out of the car and get settled in before dinner. Like if I come home and dinner is already being served, I'm just like I feel like I've lost part of my day
Yeah, yeah, same
for
here.
sure. Yeah.
Um, be nice to have a little relaxing soda out while you watch people come in. That's
Right?
I'm at.
with
I
the
want
hors d'oeuvres. Remember,
Mhm.
they were serving hors d'oeuvres this year?
Appetizers. Yeah.
Appetizers. That's what I meant to say. A game
Yeah.
changer. Game
It
Yep.
was
changer.
huge. They had like snacks on the table where you could just sit there, like
Mm.
the bread, and like it
It
was
was so
really good.
nice.
Oh, that's new.
Like
Yeah,
salsa
that
and
was new.
Nice.
chips.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
stoked
Yeah,
about
that is new.
yeah.
because I'm
Veggies with
a
Yeah.
tzatziki.
scrounger. I like to eat and like over time.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I will
No,
say it's
the
hard. It's hard whenever you get in after if you've had a rough day. Whenever you get in and you see people setting out and relaxing and they're having their hors d'oeuvres or whatever, and you're just like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
that's why you have a
You're ready to
tent,
pull
though.
your hair out and they're over there laughing and yeah.
I know they're
Yeah.
chilled out by the time that you come in, and you're
Yep.
like,
I'm excited for you to go back for your
Mhm.
second time, Kara, because it's a totally different experience. Totally
Yeah.
different. Would you say that too, Avis and Lisa? Like
Yeah.
just
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Your first year, you just don't know what you
Yeah.
don't know. And every year you learn something new
Right.
about how to compete.
Yeah. When
So
my
it's
anxiety was so high that first year, like
Mhm.
I was just I could not shed that anxiousness. And then going in
Mm.
year 2, like it was just non-existent. Even
That's
though
awesome.
you're still competing, like it was just night and day from an enjoyable standpoint. And I think
Yeah.
people even
Mhm.
came up to us and said like, "Hey, you guys are so much more bubbly this year." And I'm like, "We were pretty freaking focused last
Yeah.
year, and we
Mhm.
also were like freaking out because we were not prepared." I think
Right.
that's
Yeah.
Kara,
Right.
when you and
'Cause
Danielle said you were going to do it, I was like, "Go train, go train,
Yeah.
train all
Yeah.
the
Well,
training."
yeah.
I think this year for us, I'm really looking forward to having that. I mean, we have goals. We have different goals than we had last year, but it's not do or die this year because last year was our one time to get, Rebel Rookie of the Year or whatever we wanted. And so that was a huge goal for us because that's the one time you can get that. And
Yeah.
so we hit that hard wanting it. And so this year, while we do have our goals, it's not like if we can come back and try for the no goals in the next, if we
Mhm.
decide to do that. So it's a little bit less pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about
I
that.
don't know. My second year, um, Katie, so like my first year we finished second rookie, like Kara and Danielle. And then so coming back in my second year, like I felt like I had something to prove and I wanted to improve upon that position, even if winning overall wasn't happening, improving beyond what I had placed in my first year. And so I think I put a little bit of pressure on myself for that and my teammate. And I came in with a rookie. And then we had 3 days of car problems.
Yeah.
And so for 3 days, basically half our day, we had to give up because the vehicle just wasn't performing. And it took them 3 days to find a good fix for it. But I mean, to their credit, to the mechanics' credit, they did fix it to where the engine light was staying off and the car was performing like it should be. But that compounding stress of
Yeah.
those 3 days, it really put a lot more stress on me. And so it wasn't until this last year that I just finished in 24 that Rob was like, "How was it?" And I was like, "It was the most fun I've ever had."
Yeah.
That was the year that like I was kind of like you said, like, okay, all of the stress is gone. Like, I know what I'm here to do. I know how to do it. I'm just going to
Mhm.
do my thing.
Yeah.
And I went into my second year with that attitude, but then things changed as the stresses from a broken vehicle like kind of crush you every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
So maybe it was better that we tanked our first year.
Stop.
Because it's like you
I
can't
mean-
get much worse than 40.
Right.
You can tell those
But, you know,
14 people that came in after you.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Because I mean, it felt like the first year we were just trying to survive. I didn't feel like I had any time to relax. And I felt like if I did relax for 5 minutes, it was like, I should be doing something. I need to be, because it was just like, and the second year I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, Katie's right. People were like, you guys were much more relaxed this year. And
Yep.
I just felt like I enjoyed it so much more the second year because all those
Yeah.
rookie things were gone. And I could
Yeah.
take it in and absorb it in a whole new way.
Yeah.
You know
So
what your job
yeah.
is. You know what you're here to do. Just show up and do it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
to me that's why I say it's not life changing. It's like playing a game of Monopoly, right? Like I know the rules. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it. Each game is different, but it's the same game at its core.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
anyways, ladies, that is rounding
Right.
out our hour. That went so
Well, that went
fast.
so fast.
It did.
I know. I thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for your
Yeah.
time this evening, regardless that I said welcome and good morning. I now understand it's
Right.
evening.
That's
Maybe
okay.
we just went so
can
long we went from morning to evening. It's fine.
There you go. There you
Right.
go.
Right.
Well, again,
Right.
thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for all of
Thank
your
you.
stories and information. And
We
we
love you
look
guys.
forward to
Thank you for
catching up
having
with you
us.
again after. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see you
We'll see
soon.
you in the dirt.
Bye. Oh, right. In the dirt.
Bye.